Today, we're going to talk about the neuropsychology of pet loss and how to begin healing. Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelors of science is in psychology. This video is very dear to me because recently I just lost my dog Aiden, and I'm navigating this process. This is a new process for me. I grew up in a culture where pets aren't seen as family. I'm Nigerian, so when I got Aiden, it made me have more compassion regarding pets and pet owners as well. So I want to take this opportunity to talk about the neuroscience and psychology of pet loss and how to take steps towards healing without minimizing what you're going through. So why does losing a pet hurt so much? We're going to talk about the brain and body connection. The human-animal bond is deeply wired to us. So every time you pet your dog or you pet your cat or any other untraditional animal that you have, your brain releases oxytocin. This is the bonding hormone, the same chemical that is present in parent and infant bond and also in feelings of trust and love. Interacting with pets has been shown to trigger a cascade of neurochemical changes in the brain. So an increase in oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, and a reduction in cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone. These effects are associated with a calmer nervous system, lowered blood pressure, and a slower heart rate. While Dr. Marty Becker in 2002, who is a vet and an author, popularized this idea, it's also been supported by scientific findings in the fields of human and animal interaction research, which highlights how pet bonding activates the same neurological systems as human attachment. Some references are Beetz et al. In 2012 and Nagasawa et al. In 2015. So no, this is not just emotional comfort, it's a measurable neurochemical relationship. So when we lose a pet, we don't just miss them emotionally. Our nervous system feels unregulated and disconnected. The routines we built around them gets broken. So the feeding time, the cuddles, the walks, our body is going through a withdrawal. Grief expert Guy Winch in 2017 emphasizes that pet loss can trigger very real symptoms like brain fog, fatigue, changes in sleep and appetite. These are all symptoms that I experienced after the loss of Aiden. For many, it's not just the loss of a dog or a cat, but rather it's the loss of a deeply bonded companion. From a psychological standpoint, this kind of grief often mirrors an attachment loss. Research actually suggests that pet loss activates many of the same emotional and neural systems as human loss. According to Panskap in 2005, the brain's core emotional system, like those responsible for separation distress, are shared across mammals. Archer in 1997 adds that pet grief closely mirrors human grief in both its emotional intensity and its behavioral expression. Now let's talk about the psychological toll of pet grief. Depending on where you live or your culture, your society might be prone to invalidating this pain. I was born and raised in Nigeria, and in where I'm from, there's actually some tribes, I'm not part of those tribes, but there are some tribes that eat dogs. So dogs are not seen as family. So when I came to America, I was like, Americans are so weird. The way they treat animals like they're humans, like they're family. I didn't really understand that concept until I got Aiden, that I started treating him like my family. The love that Aiden showed me and the love I gained from having Aiden spread it across my family, and my parents loved Aiden, my aunts and my uncles loved him. Needless to say, it's not fair to invalidate anyone's grief, regardless of whether or not you can understand it or not. When sharing the story of my loss of Aiden, my mom's friend was actually telling her about how someone that he knows was crying over the loss of her grass cutter. It's an animal it kind of resembles like a rodent. It is a rodent. He was so shocked that she was in tears for weeks over the loss of her grass cutter, because in a lot of places that is a food. So I think if I had not gained Aiden as a pet or taking him into my life as part of my own, I would have been like, why is she crying over a grass cutter? Like, that's an animal. But I've gained so much compassion from this, and yeah, it's just so important to not invalidate someone else's grief. Also, when sharing about the loss of Aiden, I've heard so many people say, you'll get another dog, or they'll tell me about their experience and say that they got another pet after losing their pet. And I don't think that's wrong, but the key theme that I kept on hearing is that they were doing it as a way for them to cope with the pain, or as a way for them to forget about that pet and then put their energy into their new pet. The truth is, when you suppress grief, it does not go away. It just stores in the body as an unprocessed emotion, and over time, it can manifest in ways like anxiety or even depression. So you have to give yourself permission to mourn, to cry fully out loud, even though people around you may not be understanding. Now let's talk about how to begin healing. We're going to talk about some brain safe strategies. The first one is ritualize the loss. Your brain loves closure. Do something meaningful that helps you process what happened. Second one is talk to people who get it. Connection helps you regulate your nervous system. You don't have to do this alone. So find groups of people who have been through something similar of what you're going through. The third one is feel to heal it. When the wave of sadness hits, allow yourself to feel that sadness. Do not suppress it. Let yourself sob. Let yourself miss them without judgment. Fourth step is reconnect with your body. Grief lives in the body. Take slow walks. This helped me. Going outside of the house, working out, playing pickleball helps me feel better. Of course, God is my number one helper, but those are some actionable steps I took. The last step is remember the love, not just the pain. Your brain stores memory with emotion. The more you anchor the love, the more you reshape how your body holds the grief. I still cry over Aiden, but I also smile when I remember a lot of the fun memories that we had together. Grief is love with nowhere to go, and maybe that love can become the legacy. Maybe healing doesn't solely mean moving on, but maybe it means carrying their love differently. It means letting the grief reshape you and not break you. You don't have to replace them, but let love still have a place in your nervous system. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns. I will be linking all the references I used in creating this video in the caption below. That is all for now. Bye.